Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're looking at something a bit different. Usually we're talking K-pop charts, music, that sort of thing.
Right.
But today, it shifts. We're diving into some pretty serious financial allegations involving HYBE chairman Bang Si-hyuk.
Yeah, it's a significant development.
So our goal here is to take the source materials you've provided, cut through the complex finance talk, the timelines, and give you a clear picture of what's actually going on.
And it's a fascinating intersection, isn't it? The entertainment world meeting corporate finance IPOs. It gets complex fast.
Definitely.
So we'll break down the accusations, who's involved in the investigation, where things stand right now, basically helping you understand not just what allegedly happened, but, why these financial details really matter.
Okay, so let's get right into it. The big news sparking this conversation.
hmm
Police have applied for a search and seizure warrant, not just for HYB headquarters in Yongsan-gu, Seoul, but for Chairman Bang Si-hyuk himself.
That's right. The application went in on July 17th.
A search and seizure warrant for someone like Bang Si-hyuk and HYBE. That sounds like a pretty major step, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. It signals a significant escalation in the investigation. This isn't just routine.
And what's the investigation technically about?
It stems from allegations of fraudulent unfair trade. That falls under the Capital Markets Act.
Okay.
And the numbers involved are, well, they're huge. The alleged illicit profits are reportedly over 100 billion Korean won.
Wow. 100 billion KRW.
Yeah, allegedly gained by misleading investors during the whole IPO process. So applying for this warrant suggests the police believe there's something substantial to find. Evidence, basically.
100 billion? That's staggering. So how did this allegedly work? Let's unpack the mechanics. Our sources say this goes back to before HYBE's IPO in 2019.
Correct. The core allegation is that Bang Si-hyuk supposedly misled some of the company's existing investors. We're talking venture capitalists, VCs.
Now, what was the deception?
By suggesting, allegedly, that HYBE's plans to go public, the IPO, would be delayed.
Ah, okay. And if you're a VC hearing, the IPO is delayed.
Right. That could definitely change your calculations, maybe make you more willing to sell your shares sooner, perhaps at a lower perceived value.
So if they were allegedly misled into thinking that, what happened to their shares?
According to the claims, these shares were then moved, transferred to something called a special purpose company, an SPC.
An SPC, like a shell company set up just for this.
Essentially, yes, a vehicle for the transaction. And this SPC was controlled by a private equity fund, a PEF.
Okay. And who is behind this PEF?
Well, this is the crucial part. The reports state this PEF was funded by HYBE executives themselves, not some outside group.
So insiders allegedly funding the vehicle that bought shares from potentially misled VCs.
That's the allegation. It raises questions about insider dealings right before the IPO.
And then what happened after HYBE went public successfully?
After the listing, Bang Si-hyuk allegedly received a huge sum through this PEF. The figure mentioned in the sources is around 400 billion KRW.
400 billion.
Yeah. And there's particular focus on funds connected to a specific entity, Eastone PE. That's Gelia PE. They reportedly acquired HYBE shares just before the 2019 listing.
So Eastone PC is a key name here.
It seems to be. The transactions involving them are right at the center of the scrutiny, looking for those potential illicit gains Bang Si-hyuk is accused of receiving.
Okay, this is obviously complex. Who is actually investigating all this? There seem to be multiple players.
There are. It's a multi-agency effort, which isn't unusual for complex financial cases. You've got the financial regulators involved.
Right.
Specifically, the Financial Services Commission's Securities and Futures Commission, the SFC. On July 16th, they formally filed a complaint against Bang Si-hyuk with the prosecutors,
And their complaint was about?
violating the Capital Markets Act, the part that prohibits unfair trading activities. The SFC even put their own estimate on the alleged gains, around 200 billion KRW in listing profits obtained through that PEF structure.
200 billion from the SFC. Police looking at over 100 billion. These are serious numbers.
And the police were moving even before the SFC complaint, weren't they?
Yes, they were. Back on June 30th, police had already raided the Korea Exchange.
The stock exchange itself.
Yeah, in Yeongdeung-pogu, Seoul. They were there specifically to secure documents related to HYBE's listing review process, gathering paperwork, evidence.
So you have the police investigation, and then the SFC files a complaint with prosecutors. How does that work? Do they investigate separately?
Well, To avoid stepping on each other's toes, basically, the police reportedly asked for their case to be transferred to the prosecutors.
Makes
Since the prosecutors already had the formal complaint from the financial authorities, the SFC, it's about coordination, making the investigation more efficient.
Okay, so it's now primarily with the prosecutors.
That seems to be the current situation. They officially received the SFC's complaint on July 18th.
And which part of the prosecutor's office handles this? It's been assigned to a specialized unit. The Seoul Southern District Prosecutor's Office Financial Securities Crime Joint Investigation Unit. These are the folks who handle complex financial crime.
And what are they doing right now?
Currently, they are reviewing that search and seizure warrant application that the police submitted. They have to assess if there's enough legal basis to approve the raids on Bang Siyuk and HYBE HQ.
Got it. So a lot happening behind the scenes. Let's bring this back to the listener. Why should you care about all this financial maneuvering?
Right.
It feels pretty distant, maybe. VCs, PES, SPCs. But this isn't just some gossip column piece. It's really a case study, isn't it?
Absolutely. It's a case study in how, allegedly, even sophisticated investors like VCs could be misled just before a major IPO. It really hammers home how crucial transparency and, frankly, ethical behavior are in these high-stakes financial moments.
Yeah, the integrity of insider dealings. It's not just a legal thing. It's fundamental for trust in the market.
Exactly. And understanding these mechanisms, even if you're not investing directly in this stuff, helps you see the bigger picture. You get a sense of the checks and balances that are supposed to protect the system.
Like the SFC, the prosecutors.
Right. Seeing them in action, even in a case like this involving a huge entertainment company, shows how regulatory bodies work to maintain market integrity. It underlines why fair play and transparency are so vital for everyone.
So, to recap, we've walked through the core allegations against Bang Si-hyuk, this alleged scheme involving VCs and SPC, PEF, all happening before the 2019 IPO. And we've traced the investigation, police raids, the SFC complaint, the prosecutors now reviewing a potential search warrant. It really shows how quickly the story around a major company can change.
It does. It moves from the glitz of entertainment to the nitty-gritty of financial regulations.
And it highlights why understanding those underlying financial structures is so important, not just the public face of a company.
Definitely. And maybe this leaves you with a thought to consider, looking at the bigger picture.
Right.
When you see investigations like this unfold, involving such a high-profile company and figure, what kind of impact could that have? Think about investor confidence, not just in HYBE or even K-pop, but maybe in the entertainment industry's financial practices more broadly.
Yeah. Could it make investors warier?
Possibly. Or how might it shape future regulations around IPOs? Maybe stricter rules? Or push for stronger corporate governance standards?
Yeah.
It makes you think about accountability in global markets and how that's always evolving.
That's a really interesting point to end on. Definitely something to keep an eye on.
For sure.
Well, thank you for joining us for this deep dive. We hope this breakdown helps you make sense of a complex and unfolding story.